Is Fitbit Air the best fitness tracker for the price point? We're about to find out. Hey friends, I'm Tasia Custode, and Google sent me the all-new Fitbit Air to test for you. And I've been testing Fitbit Air along with Google Health Coach for just over 2 weeks now. And I've been testing it in a couple of different ways. I've been comparing it along with my old Apple Watch and with my Pixel Watch 4. All of this in concert with the Google Health app and Google Health Coach. I've been putting it through its paces to give you the most accurate and thorough review. So can Fitbit Air live up to the big kids on the block in terms of a reliable fitness tracker? We're about to find out, and we're going to start with a quick review but important review of the specs. You may very well know by now that Google Fitbit Air is, well, a smart bracelet of sorts designed for comfort and wearability. It's a super slim, featherlight, screenless design. With a band, it weighs just about 12 grams. I'm telling you, it really does feel very light on the wrist, and you can swap bands really easily. To do so, you just gently push on the Pebble device itself to pop it out from the band. You can see and feel how small and light the Pebble really is. It's just 5 grams. Then you can pop that Pebble back into the new band. You'll actually hear a snap, and you'll feel it lock into place. There's even a little line there. It really couldn't be easier. And regardless of the band, the Google Fitbit Air does pack a lot of punch in its lightweight size. It is water resistant, by the way, up to 50 meters, but you're definitely going to want to dry the band after getting it wet. And speaking of bands, I actually don't typically work out in this performance loop band. It's a material design, and you really do need to keep it clean. So if you sweat a lot, I would move over to the active band. By the way, Google says you can clean this band with fresh water and hypoallergenic soap if necessary. But I do find it easier to clean the active band. So that's what I've been using to work out. And then I just switch back to my performance band. And by the way, this colorway that I have is Fog, and I just love it. There are a couple of other bands as well, but let's move on to everything Fitbit Air will do for you at a base level with no subscription. Just you've made the purchase, and this is what you get right out of the box. For comparison, Whoop is $50, but then you need a $300 a year subscription for it to do, well, actually anything. It's essentially a brick if you don't have the subscription. Whereas with Fitbit Air, it's $99 for the device, but you get step tracking, 24/7 heart rate tracking, so you can get notified if your heart rate's above or below your typical range. There's sleep tracking, there's calorie tracking, and your health and wellness logging. You can actually find everything that's included with Fitbit Air in the Google Health app, which I'm going to touch on later, along with what a premium subscription gets you. And at least as of right now, you get 3 months of Google Health Premium with the purchase of Fitbit Air. So that means 3 months of Google Health Coach. And Fitbit Air and Google Health app work on both Android and iOS. So it's a great option for those of us with an iPhone or even an Apple Watch. We can indeed use the Google Health app to track everything we need right on device. Plus, the Google Health app syncs with Apple Health, which I'm going to touch a little bit more on later. Any screens you'll see today are from the Health app on iOS, but things function in the same way on Android. But this cross-platform capability is really one of Fitbit Air's standout strengths because it's not about necessarily replacing a current device that you have, whether you have an Apple Watch or a Garmin or a Pixel Watch or what have you. It's about working in concert with what you already have or working by itself. The idea is to work cohesively in the environment you're already in, or you could simply choose to have Fitbit Air as your solo device if you want something completely distraction-free to track your activity in the background for you. So let's talk a little bit more about how Fitbit Air complements your existing wearable in terms of automatic activity detection and the accuracy of the tracking. So far, my favorite feature of Fitbit Air, besides its lightweight, comfortable design, is that automatic activity detection. It'll track your exercise sessions seamlessly in the background without you needing to do anything, which of course it has to because, well, there is no screen. Now you can, of course, manually start a workout from Pixel Watch or from the Google Health app. But I have been testing this both ways, and I have to say the accuracy of the automatic activity detection has been quite impressive so far. So when I've been going for walks, I'll just let it do its thing. I don't manually track that I'm walking. What's nice about the Google Health app is that shortly after the activity's ended, it sends a notification regarding the activity it logged. Now, if it is inaccurate or you want to label the activity as a different workout, you do have the ability to do so in-app. But like I said, it's been nailing that automatic activity detection for me, if not somewhat delayed sometimes. So depending on the activity, it's pretty normal what I've noticed for it to take anywhere from 20 to sometimes even 40 minutes for that activity to come through, but it does come through. There are even times when I've been bike riding or did a strength training workout and I didn't think it had tracked because I didn't actually get a notification right away. But lo and behold, it did indeed track for me. So here's what I mean. Heading into that fitness tab in the Google Health app, I can actually see that it has indeed logged my workouts automatically. And it's nice that it even shows me how the activity was logged. So what was the source? So as an example, here, this one was from Apple Health. And then you can see this one here was Fitbit Air only. And then this one here was Pixel Watch. And then of course, like I mentioned, you can add further details for more accurate tracking if you like. And in terms of that accuracy of activity logged, we're talking things like heart rate monitor and calories burned. Whether I set up a workout via the app or Pixel Watch 4 or Apple Watch, all the activity stats logged, I've noticed, are nearly exactly on par with both Apple Watch and Pixel Watch 4 in terms of accuracy for my heart rate and calories burned during the exercise. I've been really happy with the seamless tracking of Fitbit Air. And while we're on the topic of tracking, let's talk about sleep tracking, because my biggest beef, if you will, about any of these wearables is that they're too bulky to wear to bed. I don't even sleep with any jewelry on, let alone a ginormous watch. What can I say? I'm a side sleeper, and no, I don't have a smart ring, so I've essentially never been able to track my sleep. So I was a little bit skeptical going in that I'd be able to go from nothing to wearing anything, no matter how light, to bed. But I have to say, I have been wearing this every single night for over 2 weeks to bed, and I completely forget that it's there, side sleeping and all. This alone has been a game changer for me to have something to actually track my sleep at night. What's nice with Google Health app is that you can set an alarm for Fitbit Air as well. So I like doing this if I have something really important going on and I need to make sure I've set a second alarm. I could use Fitbit Air as that second alarm. It's going to enable a silent vibrating alarm. And then in order to wake up, maybe feeling your most refreshed, you can actually enable Smart Wake for an alarm in the app. So this uses your sleep movement and heart rate to trigger a gentle vibration when you're maybe in a lighter stage of sleep up to 30 minutes before your scheduled alarm time. I actually just toggled this on because I tend to kind of start waking up a little bit before my alarm anyway, and then I very sillily decide to stay in bed. I'm just gonna sleep that extra 15 minutes, and it never works out well because then I wake up more tired than I was the first time I had woken up. I should have just gotten out of the bed. So I'm trying to avoid that with Smart Wake, so I will keep you posted in a future video if and when it works for me. Now, in terms of the accuracy of sleep tracking, because it's not really like I have something I could compare it to from the past, I'm not really sure how accurate it is because sometimes I feel like I haven't slept as well as it's telling me I've slept. But luckily, I can pop into the Google Health app and I simply talk to Google Health Coach about that. But before we jump into Health Coach, let's talk about battery life. I have been wearing Google Fitbit Air for exactly 2 weeks and 2 days now, as the day I'm shooting this very video. And I have charged my Fitbit Air twice. And that's only because I was going on 2 different trips and I wanted to make sure I didn't have to bring the charger with me. So I gave it a quick zap before I left. When Google says this device will hold its charge for 7 days, they're not lying. Now, like I mentioned, I've been really travel heavy for 2 weeks, so my schedule is off from normal, but it's been really nice not having to take a charger for Fitbit Air with me on my trips, each of which were under 4 days of travel each. And not to sound like a broken record here, but I've been wearing Fitbit Air literally every single day, all day, every day. And the only time I take it off is when I'm in the shower, which is a perfect time to charge it. I've done all my workouts with it on, and I typically work out 5 days a week. I'm talking actual dedicated strength training workouts 5 days a week on top of maybe bike riding or walking the dog and whatnot. And I did notice the battery is slightly more drained on really heavy or long workout weeks, but I was still getting 6 to 7 days even in those longer weeks and with all of my travel and work commitments. So typically what I've noticed with my use is that at the end of about 5 days, I'm still sitting anywhere from 55 to 65% battery, which would mean more than a week's worth of charge. And Fitbit Air is also fast charging. So in just about 5 minutes, you'll get a full day of charge for Fitbit Air. If you leave it on 90 minutes, it'll go from 0, completely dead, to fully charged. When you have 1 day remaining of battery, you will get a push notification letting you know it's time to charge the device. Plus, the device itself will also notify you with a vibration if it's less than 20% remaining for the charge. And there's also an LED indicator as well. firmly double tap the device to see the status light. White is over 20%, blinking red means less than 20%, and solid red means she's got no life. And I do mean you have to firmly tap the device. So battery life is a big win for me. But as promised, let's talk about Google Health Coach because this comes with Google Fitbit Premium. And by the way, if you want to learn more about the Google Health app in general, you can do so by watching this video right here. But premium members will get access to a Gemini-powered AI health coach. Google Health Coach delivers personalized guidance tailored to you and your needs, no matter how they change over time. And this goes beyond adaptive fitness plans. This isn't just tracking. It's really about smart, evolving fitness strategies designed for your unique lifestyle. I've noticed that Health Coach really dials in on how you're feeling in that day, what you need to get done, what you did the day previously. Essentially, it encompasses everything from workout intensity to your overall well-being and rest. So as an example, May 20th was the day after a very busy Google I/O. I had every intention of getting in an early workout before crushing another day at Google's Shoreline campus. But I woke up feeling, well, kind of sore and kind of tired, even though I did get about 8 hours of sleep. Take a look at what Google Health Coach told me. Literally that I've needed a breather. It told me why I needed to give my body a rest and that my resting heart rate was higher than normal throughout the night, probably because my nervous system was working through the busy day still. And then it suggested what I could do instead of a heavy workout. I'm telling you, I do not like missing workouts. But as I was testing this for you and for me, I decided to listen to my Google Health Coach. And the strangest thing happened. I actually found myself feeling better as the day went on. I had more energy. I was less sore. I actually had an incredibly productive day with less lingering fatigue. I think the biggest difference for me is that it was telling me why I needed the rest. So after I crushed the workday, I went for a light bike ride, and Coach let me know what a smart decision that was for my recovery. And this is all happening because I'm sharing my habits and my personal routines with this AI coach, and then it's adapting to my lifestyle. So you'll most likely get very different AI coaching than me, than the next person, and so on, because it is indeed tailored exactly to you and your needs, what you need in the moment and for your lifestyle goals. I've found Coach really helpful so far, and it's only been, like I said, 2 weeks and 2 days. The more you work with Coach, the more you share with Coach, the longer you wear the device, the better the results. To give you another quick example, remember I told you I've been traveling a little more than usual these last couple of weeks. Well, my sleep has kind of been all over the place. My movement's been all over the place. And Coach noticed. So I got some information here about my shifting bedtime and how this can affect my internal clock. And then I can follow up here with Google Health Coach in a couple of different ways. Because the Health Coach is available 24/7, I can tap that Ask Coach button in the bottom right and chat with Coach about literally anything. Or in this case, I can tap on reply and let Coach know why my schedule is so off and what I'm anticipating with further travel as well. My coach then gets to work, and it actually gave me a pretty comprehensive plan for how to stay on track through the travel so that I'm good to tackle Wednesday when I get back. Which is today, by the way, which we both know I'm slaying. But you can see how easy it is to follow up with your health coach. So in this interaction, Coach let me know it's going to monitor my sleep schedule, and continuing a chat with your health coach is always a tap away. One of the things I noticed right away with Google Health Coach is that it's been very positive with me. It's been gentle, if you will. So Google must have done some type of research on maybe positive reinforcement or positive motivation, and I have to say, I'm here for it. Not once has Google Health Coach shamed me for not getting enough steps or my sleep being off or my travel schedule being crazy, not once. And by the way, the initial setup of Google Health Coach took me literally less than 5 minutes. So it's not something that you have to dedicate a ton of time to. But there's obviously a lot you can do with Coach, including the ability to snap a photo of what you ate and have your coach log the meal complete with nutrition facts, which, I mean, come on, it can't get any easier. And Coach will even recommend custom workouts for you in the app. And again, this is all about providing a more well-rounded, holistic experience. Remember, Google Health Coach is for premium members and everything's opt-in. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I think the real strength with Google Health Coach here is accessibility, meaning if you're somebody that can't afford a personal trainer but could really benefit from a little more tailored guidance about an overall holistic approach to your lifestyle, Google Health Coach is a real win. So at the risk of us being together here all day talking about Fitbit Air, do I think that Fitbit Air is really one of the best wearables for the price point? Yes. In fact, I would argue that Fitbit Air is well-rounded enough and has enough of a robust feature set to take on even some of the bigger players. I've really tried to find a bunch of negatives or things that went wrong or that I didn't like while testing, and I really couldn't come up with much. The only thing I would like that I think could be improved upon, I really wish we had a universal charger. I don't know how this would be possible, but that's what I'd like to see. It's not the biggest deal because the battery life, as we've seen, is easily a week, but just something to think about. Now, in terms of positives, if you've stuck it through to this point, there are many. I'm so happy with the lightweight, distraction-free design, the battery life that allows me to take it on long weekend trips with no charger, that automatic activity detection, and the accuracy of the tracking. It's been spot on. And I really didn't think I would like or use Google Health Coach as much as I do, but I'm really here for that positive reinforcement. And the biggest win for me is Fitbit Air working in concert with other devices, whether that be Pixel Watch 4, Garmin, or Apple Watch. It really makes this experience not just cohesive, but really frictionless. It's a quick, seamless setup and go. So when I think about who Fitbit Air is for, it's kind of wide-ranging, to be honest. It's maybe for your parents that are brand new to any wearable device and just need something they can quickly set up and forget about. Easy peasy done. Maybe it's for someone like me or you that works across platform and you just want something that syncs with the platform in which you already live and breathe. Again, easy, seamless. Or maybe you yourself are new to wearables, or you just want to have a single lightweight, distraction-free device that you can travel with without worrying about bringing along chargers. Whatever the reason, from the in-app experience to the wearability, Fitbit Air is a winner chicken dinner. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think of Fitbit Air? Will you snag one? And what do you think of Google Health Coach? Let everyone know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, well, I want to know. So give it a like, a share, or leave that comment below. You can click right about here to subscribe to my channel and here for even more content just like this. Thanks for watching. See you next time.